Hey people on YouTube, I'm going to make a quick video. This is about TNA, Impact Wrestling, updates on the Bound for Glory. I'm going to be doing this every so often, about maybe once every 2 weeks for the Bound for Glory series, since it's not until October, and I'm going to be talking about Destination X. That's in 2 weeks. There's already a couple matches, and there's been a lot going on for Destination X, so I'm just going to go ahead and do my predictions. I'll probably do this probably a day before Destination X on July 10th, whatever, before it happens. But I just want to go ahead and talk about that now. So I just want to go ahead and make a quick video about both of those. Okay, I have 4 predictions for who can win the Bound for Glory series. That's in October. But right now, I'm going to read the list of who's on there and currently how many points they have. Okay, so right now, as of June 27th, today is July the 1st, but it will change, of course. So in last place is Devon Dudley with 0 points. I mean, they're all tied for 9th place, which is last place. So, tied with Devon is Robert Roode, the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero, and Samoa Joe. They all have 0 points. I'm not even pulling for any of them. Tied for 6th place is Bully Ray, Scott Steiner, and Rob Van Dam for 7 points. Excuse me. And tied for 2nd place is James Storm, Matt Morgan, and Gunner for 14. Oh yeah, and AJ Styles for 14 points. And the one wrestler that's in 1st place right now is Crimson. So, who do I think? I got 4 predictions who can win this, but I think last year it was a Fatal 4-Way, so I think it's top 3. I'm not sure. I can't even remember. So, my top 4 instead. Okay. Well, the 4th one would be Rob Van Dam, because, well, since he's one of my favorite wrestlers, I would want to pull for him. So, there you go. 3 would be AJ Styles, because he's a great champion. He's got the wrestling skills. He deserves this, because he hasn't been champion since last year. And I would like to see him champion for a short term, maybe, and see what we can get out of that. But I want to see if he could win, see what would happen. So that's one reason why I'm pulling for AJ Styles right there. 2nd one would be Matt Morgan. He's been in the title hunt since last year, and against Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson, all that feud that was last year. And so the reason why I'm pulling for him is because he deserves this. Out of all the guys, even my number 1 pick, he deserves it. So I think he's got it. So, and my number 1 wrestler that I really want to win it besides Matt Morgan would be Crimson, because even though he's only been in TNA for a short while, he's undefeated. He's beaten former World Heavyweight Champions, and I just think he could win this, or at least go in the main event for Bound for Glory. So he's got it all, just like Matt Morgan. I think the same reasons for Matt Morgan sorta would be for Crimson. So that's probably why I'm pulling for him. So that's who's all in the Bound for Glory series. And I'm going to keep recent updates about every once or twice a week. So, also, like I said, I want to talk about Destination X, which is in 2 weeks on July 10th, because for one, I am a big fan of the X Division, and I think this is going to be the greatest Destination X pay-per-view of all TNA. I think they should do this at least every year, because all the X Division wrestlers throughout TNA since 2002 is still inactive. Well, I don't know about Jerry Lynn. He's like in his 40s, maybe 50s, but he's still good. He's still great. So most of these guys are good, and the newer X Division wrestlers, they're not as great as the past, but they're getting there, you know. So it's great to see this year that they're bringing past and present X Division wrestlers together. And I'm just looking at this right now. There's an update on the Destination X pay-per-view, and this kind of goes along with them bringing in some new guys and some of the past wrestlers. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the 5 matches that they have right now. I'll do this next week too. Okay. The championship match, the X Division Championship, Brian Kendrick versus the champion Abyss. I think Eric Bischoff want to get rid of the X Division because he thinks it's not worth it. X Division is what made TNA where it is today, and that's where it all started out. And him putting in Abyss, he goes like, "Oh, you talk about no limits, no weight limits, and all this crap. Well, why not bring in one of the biggest guys on the roster, Abyss?" So he brings in Abyss. Abyss defeats Kazarian for the championship, and now Abyss is the X Division champion. Right? I think that's really a downfall, because nobody wants to see a wrestler like Abyss as X Division champion. But Brian Kendrick, the challenger, he's been trying to go after Abyss. He says he can do it. He's lost against Abyss maybe once or twice during this, because he's a small guy against Abyss. But I think at this pay-per-view, I think he's got it. If he wins this, that would be a huge sighting. And so with the Abyss champion, it's not even worth it for him. Okay, the next match, which is the big match, and I kind of misunderstood it with this other match, but I don't even want to go there. Okay, the main event of Destination X is Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles. I think this is going to be the match that's going to steal the show. I mean, who doesn't want to see 2 of the greatest X Division wrestlers in the ring? Like, okay, I cannot pick a wrestler who should win this. I cannot pick AJ. I cannot pick Daniels, because I'm a big fan of both of them. So I have to go with best man wins. So we're just going to see what comes of that. The next match is Samoa Joe versus Kazarian. They had a bar fight, and they've been fighting a little bit. I don't even know why, unless I missed something. I don't know. So, I mean, Samoa Joe, I think he was supposed to be in the Daniels versus AJ Styles match. If he was, that would have been really off the hook. I would love that. But, so, I think they decided not to put him in there, so they're having him against Kazarian, having them do a little feud, because they had a bar fight on the day of the TNA taping, so it's on YouTube if you want to look at it. It's not as good as the Crimson and Samoa Joe bar fight, but you know. So for me, who should win this is Samoa Joe, because I'm not a big fan of Kazarian, really. I mean, he's a great X Division wrestler, but he's in my top 10 for them, but I'm just not a big fan. Okay, the next match is Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. They had a promo yesterday that goes along with AJ Styles and Daniels. That got me fired up. I thought it was going to be a fatal 4-way besides a singles match, but it wasn't. That's probably going to be on the next TNA. But the Rob Van Dam and the Jerry Lynn match, that's just going to be just as good as the Daniels versus AJ Styles. Because Rob Van Dam says he's mastered the way X Division is before there was even an X Division. So we'll just have to see what comes out of that match, and who I'm pulling for. I'm not going to say best man wins for this. I have to say Rob Van Dam. And the newest match they put up on here that's really going to catch everybody's eye because it's bringing back past wrestlers and past X Division wrestlers and new wrestlers that have the X Division style, the high flying style. And it's winner gets the contract. So for like the past, they're gonna be it's gonna be like their return. And for the newer ones, it's new for them to be in TNA. So for me, I'm going for the past because really I want to see more out of the newer ones. Like Zema Ion, I think that's what his name is. I don't see it. I don't see the potential wrestling skill in this guy. And there's one guy that I saw it in them, but I forgot what his name was when it was in that triple threat match 2 weeks ago. Not 2 weeks ago. It was last week, but not yesterday's TNA. So it's Zema Ion versus Low Ki. Low Ki returns. He was in the match against Matt Bentley and Jimmy Yang. Jimmy Yang is he was part of TNA and then he went to WWE and he was known as Jimmy Wang Yang, as some like Chinese or Japanese redneck, I don't remember. But yeah. But Low Ki won. I was so glad. I was like, no, I want Low Ki to win. No, I want Matt Bentley to win. But Low Ki's more entertaining than Matt Bentley or Michael Shane. For some of you who don't know who Matt Bentley is. And so yeah, Low Ki's in there versus Austin Aries. Austin Aries he's a great wrestler and all, but he's alright to me, I guess. I forgot what triple threat match he was in about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I can't even remember. I can remember who won them. So who I want to win that match, definitely Low Ki, Senshi. So he's going to win. So that's Destination X. So you tell me your thoughts on the Bound for Glory, who you think should win the series, and your thoughts about Destination X, about the past and the present coming in together and facing each other. And see you guys then.